New England, the land of Edwards and Whitfield, where mighty awakenings once saw thousands converted to Christ and sent abroad with the gospel. The cradle of Christianity in America is now the most post-Christian, least Bible-minded, least religious region of the country. And in a place that nearly 15 million people call home, there's never been a greater need for gospel-driven churches. At the Net Center for Church Planting and Revitalization, mission-minded men and their families will receive robust, relevant, and practical training that will equip you to plant and revitalize healthy, reproducing churches. We're advancing the gospel in this breathtaking landscape, and we invite you to be a part of what God is doing here.
Our organization is called the New England Training and Sending Center for Church Planting and Revitalization. Now, the NETS residency program is a combination of academic and practical, and we're working through 4 basic tracks. A personal and family track, dealing with your own devotional life, your walk with the Lord, your marriage, the wives track, and then an exegetical and theological and preaching track, dealing with some of the basic skills that a pastor needs to have. From there, we go to the leadership and management track, trying to help men learn how to lead all the practical aspects of church structure, organization, budgeting, fundraising. And then finally, our focus on shepherding, evangelizing, music, the ministry track, if you will.
Every week we were exegeting passages. Every week we were writing sermons. Often we were preaching those sermons, getting feedback. And so it was a laboratory of sorts as we're learning to use those tools that we've received so that we can minister better on.
In seminary, we were able to learn about hermeneutics and learn about how to dig into a text, but I think NETS took that to the next level and really helped me hone in on some of those skills, and not only to understand the text, but be able to communicate it well, specifically within the context of the congregation that I would be leading.
Seeing and hearing examples from the pastors about how to counsel people with the gospel has been absolutely tremendous in my ministry. Everything that I've learned at NETS, I've implemented in my ministry, and it was like, wow, look at the foresight. There was nothing that was talked about that hasn't been applied.
One of the best aspects of the NETS residency program is the way that it brings families together. It's very family friendly. We're working hard to produce marriages that not only pass muster with elder qualifications, but that actually flourish. And we're going to work hard to help husbands and wives communicate in a way so that they truly understand one another.
I think the most successful takeaway from the NETS residency program was probably the personal mentoring that not only I received, but also my wife, Dory, received, and then the marriage and continued care and encouragement that we've received through the program. Because honestly, church planting, pastoral work in general, but certainly church planting, there's so many stressors on the home. And if you guys aren't working together as a team, there's going to be problems.
The NETS residency program is for those who have graduated with their MDiv or are near graduation. To give somebody a taste of that before they're at that position in their education, we've started the NETS Summer Internship Program. It's a 5-week program, all expenses paid, free housing, and our design there is to give you a little taste of the residency program, as well as to give you a little taste of New England and a New England church.
Any graduate of any seminary should consider the NETS program because it takes all of your book learning, theological learning that you're doing in seminary, and it becomes the application of that.
I would encourage them to come to the NETS program because it takes what you've learned in seminary and it puts flesh on it in a New England context of a flourishing ministry. It's just like when you get done with medical school, you do a residency. It's a similar idea, and it's extremely helpful.
NETS has allowed me to get connected to other pastors in the area and to find a local church that we could partner with and plant out of.
I believe the Lord Jesus Christ has used this network to just be a great foundation and strength for me in ministry and our church. And my church family also feels like that we're not going to be left out on our own, that we have a greater family that's pouring into us, loving us, giving to us. And so that's been a great blessing as well, being part of the NETS network.
It's no secret that New England is the least church, least Bible-minded, one of the greatest needs. It's a mission frontier here in the U.S. And so there's a great need for ministry here. And so what better way to do that than to come here and get your feet on the ground, be in a healthy church, get training from pastors that have been doing it a while and have had success with it. So get training, get equipped, get sent, and come to work, because there's churches that are dying. The need is great, and we need men, we need gospel men that'll come and that'll work. And NETS is a great organization to help train and get guys equipped and get them deployed in the field.
I am stoked about the gospel, this message that takes dead sinners and brings them to life. And you get to witness how it transforms their entire lives, how it transforms their marriages, their families. And that message and that ministry simply never grows old.
By God's grace and in His power, NETS is making a difference for Christ, for the kingdom, for the life of the church. Will you join us?